So people are really going in for a lot of immunity boosting diets and plans and treatments. And definitely there is a shift from the thinking of only going into a salon, then coming to a wellness sector. I'm a nutritionist by profession, and cosmetology and making people beautiful is inside me. I really like when somebody says that, oh, you've changed me, Preeti. You have to look good. This look good factor would take you, for a long, at a long level. Earlier when I started my career, I remember this industry used to be called a luxury industry. This high-end people used to come. But now I see middle class and even lower middle class also have started coming, started investing. It's a great pleasure to spread positivity and to make people beautiful. And I'm always there till my last breath to make you all beautiful.
Welcome viewers, I'm Akash Srivastava. This is Middle Class Hub. Viewers, we as a nation, we have always spent a lot of money in looking good. And when I say looking good, I have some data to back it. In India, for those who are not familiar with India, there are 650,000 towns and villages in India. But as of 2021, there are close to 20 million beauty parlors. So that shows that how much importance we give to looking good as a country. And during the last year and a half, ever since the pandemic struck, good health that has become part of daily conversation. So today at Middle Class Hub, we have someone very special whose business is to make you healthy and look beautiful. So I welcome Miss Preeti Seth, founder, mentor of Pacholi. It's a renowned name from the wellness industry who has helped a lot of people transform their lives by just eating good and looking good. So we'll be talking to her. We'll get to know her perspective on the wellness and beauty industry and how people have become more conscious in this post-pandemic. So, Preeti, welcome to Middle Class Hub, India's first platform exclusively for the middle class.
Thank you so much for inviting me on this platform. It's a great pleasure to be here and sharing my journey and sharing what is there actually and what is beauty and wellness exactly. So thank you, Alankar, for inviting me here.
It's a pleasure. Pleasure is all ours. And ever since the pandemic started, starting early last year, do you think people has become more conscious of what they eat? I mean, in terms of good food and also in terms of their immunity. So do you see a paradigm shift in that mindset among people in general?
Of course, there is a great shift wherein people used to take earlier maybe things lightly, but now they are very conscious. And the word which is immunity and immunity booster, which we have used in last 2 years, is I think is in the minds of people right now more than anything else. Now they like to invest. I would not say spend. Earlier they used to think that we are spending, but now they know that it's an investment because it is the survival of the fittest. So people are really going in for a lot of immunity boosting diets and plans and treatments. And definitely there is a shift from the thinking of only going into a salon, then coming to a wellness sector. So I would say that when this pandemic had started, everybody was so worried about their business and everything. And you said that there is I am there as a business. We have a Pacholi, but it's my passion to make people beautiful, to make them happy. That gives me satisfaction. So what I have seen post pandemic, that in this industry there is a boom because people have really they're concerned. Earlier there was an age group which was not visiting us. Now that age group has also started visiting us. Yes.
That's true. And since early days of everyone's life, starting from the school days, we are
I can't hear you. Yes.
health is wealth. But somehow, people tend to ignore this very important aspect of their life, because, as they say, you can enjoy your wealth only if you have a good health. So, I mean, through your Pacholi, I would like you to, there's something very interesting about you, because when we were doing our research, my team told me that entrepreneurship is in your family DNA, right from your grandfather to your father, and now you. So, how this idea was that the contributing factor in charting your own course in wellness industry? So, take us through the journey of Pacholi. It's been more than 10 years now. How has been the
Yes.
experience? What acted as a catalyst for you to start Pacholi?
So, if I go back to my family, my father and my forefathers, they were always, they were all in business. So in our family, it was something like an Orthodox family that girls won't work. But I was the one who said, no, I would like to work and I would like to be professional. So I started my career in year 1989, and so then from there my journey started. I worked with good brands as a nutritionist. I worked with few hospitals also. After say about 13 to 14 years of good experience, I really felt that there is something more to do with only making people what they want generally, or maybe you go to any place, they start suggesting you treatments. I felt there is something that is beyond all this. It's not only external beauty, it's about internal beauty, it's about mental health, it's about what do you feel about yourself, it's about how do you feel about yourself. So that's how I came up with the brand Pacholi. Pacholi means itself is it's a herb which is found in the Ayurveda, and it is a rarest combination of love and harmony. So when you add Pacholi in any of the product, it adds value to it. So the name was kept behind this, that it has value, and when you bring in Pacholi in your life, you are adding value to in your life. Why? Because Pacholi does not only beautify you externally, we work on you internally as well. We do such treatments wherein we actually heal you from inside. So how I started is in year 2010. My daughter was born in 2008. So when you are actually aloof, when you are away from the mundane work, from the routine work, you actually pay attention. So that time I felt that there was a gap what I was doing. I was working happily because the brand I was associated, it was a good brand, and as an employee I was not just working there, I was working as a full-fledged, like an owner only. I remember people telling me that, I mean, does it belong to you? So I used to say, when you work wholeheartedly, it belongs to you. So in year 2010, I started my journey from Pacholi. We came up with the branch at Pusa Road. And before that, I went to South Africa, wherein I learned a lot of technologies, a lot of Oriental spas, therapies, Western therapies, a lot of treatments. Then I did my cosmetology also. So from there, I started. I'm a nutritionist by profession, and cosmetology and making people beautiful is inside me. I really like when somebody says that, oh, wow, you've changed me, Preeti. And this is how I wanted to look and feel. This is how I want myself to be recognized. So that's how I started Pacholi. And by now we have about 6 branches all over Delhi NCR. And, uh, it's been so great, and God has been so kind that people love us. And our USP is the person who came first time in 2010 to Pacholi is still visiting Pacholi for different things, but they could never leave me. That loyalty and their love and affection is still with our brand, and we are doing well and we are growing well with it. Yeah.
That's great. Truly an inspiring journey. It's always a fascinating experience starting something on your own, building
Yeah, and
ground up. So that
as a female, I had a lot of problems initiating this. I remember looking for a lot of places. If I can, if we have time, I can really share. that
Oh, yes,
also.
please go
So
ahead.
I went to South Africa because somebody suggested me, I was working with the brand and there was one walk-in, I mean, as an inquiry in year 2009. So he came and he wanted to meet me and I was in other room. So he said, can I meet the lady sitting in the other room? So my person came who was taking an inquiry. She said, why not? So she called me inside. And when you are so wholeheartedly working in a brand, you don't even think of leaving that place. So that person said, you are here only for little time, maybe for 6 months. And I was like, why? Why would I be leaving? I'm happy here. He said, you have a lot more to do. I said, Acha. And I was thinking that maybe there are many people, they come, talk, as if, just to impress also. People come and just praise you. So I said, okay. Then he told me that, from this year 2010, you'll start your own thing. And then up to the extent that he predicted that where I will be in 2010 April, because I started in 2010 September. He said, you will be near sea. So I was actually near sea 2010 April. And I started my first center. I would not say my journey started in Durban in South Africa, wherein there was this husband who invested for wife, but she wasn't able to handle. So I did handle their things initially, and then I handed over to them. So when I was landing from there, I really felt that we are not doing much, as in the brand I was associated. I felt that there is more to do. So then the moment I came back, Alankar, you would not believe I didn't come back to home. From airport only, my luggage came back home, and I wanted to start, and I started looking for the place that where my center, my clinic would be. And it was May, scorching heat. I was on the road looking for places which were newly made. And then that's how I reached 7B Pusa Road, which is very close to my heart. And now we are not there because we completed about 9 years and we shifted from there. And then without even asking what would be the rental, what would be the thing, I was so much motivated and so much passionate that, okay, I want to do my thing. So I simply gave him a check and I said, I want to start there. It was a third floor. And trust me, people used to say that I'm mad opening something like this on the first floor or on the third floor. But I felt that with the goodness and the good taste, people would come. And Pacholi was the only and only brand which was the amalgamation of skin, beautiful Ayurveda, weight loss, salon, and we had a very nice salad lounge. So I remember people coming to Delhi and making, and I mean, it was a must visit place. It used to be. People used to just come and see place. We made it so beautiful. So I really feel that what you do wholeheartedly, do completely, do not leave any iota wherein you see that there is less and which you wanted to do and which you could not do. So do something which gives you complete satisfaction. So that's how I would say Pacholi is not just a place, it's a temple of beauty. It is very close to my heart, and this is my passion and dream.
No, I can totally relate to what you said because more about the love for the work that you do, the passionate, you're passionate about the idea, and then you went
Yeah.
along, despite somebody might putting some doubts whether it will go fly off or not. So that's how generally the journeys start, and then rest they say is history. So, and one more very fascinating thing about Pacholi, what I also was wondering about that could be the only place which has got such a beautiful combination of Ayurveda. You talk about
Yeah.
traditional oriented medicine and also the modern latest technologies in hair, skin treatment. So,
Yes, yes.
how did you do this balancing act? I mean, because normally you don't see that, right?
People see, you have to cater to all the category of people. There are people, they are totally into Ayurveda. There is a set of target which really do not have time for Ayurveda. They really want shortcuts. They want to have good results. So that is why we came up with amalgamation of high tech along with the Ayurveda, which gives you a good results, which gives you a lot of satisfaction. And moreover, life is so busy these days. no one has so much of time to take out for long-term programs also. So we made it like a combination wherein you come, take services, get good results, and then you get relaxed also with Ayurveda. So that's how we made the combination. Yes, initially, but it's a deadly combination, I must say that. We have every category of person coming for Ayurveda, wherein we can treat the person with Ayurveda, and there is a set category, I mean, person who's high tech, so we have high technologies for them.
Yeah, it's like say under one roof, you are getting the best of both worlds in terms of this.
Yes.
Because people
So even if
for,
I'm getting a dada of the family, I mean grandfather, so I'm getting the youngest child also from the family, who's wanting to go in for a laser. So we've got the best of the lasers. We've got the wife coming. We've got the husband coming. We've got the nana nani coming. So we've got all the set age groups coming to us. Yes, and you feel good that dada coming with pota visiting Pacholi. You feel so great. So dada getting Ayurveda done and pota getting some latest technology. So it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like catering to, maybe you started for a smartphone kind of a generation, the fast who are always on the move. But then because of this deadly combination of Ayurveda and latest technologies, I think the entire family is now coming together and enjoying the services of Pacholi. The people say that, though many people might not believe, that you are never too old for a makeover. Do you agree to that?
Of course. I completely believe it. It's, age is what? Age is just a number. I was just reading a few days back, person doing bodybuilding. I think he's in Guinness Book of Records also. I'm forgetting the name. He started his journey of bodybuilding at 80, 85. There is no age for health. You can be healthy okay, see, we want a child who's 9 months old or a 1 month old to be very healthy. So same way, till the time you have breath, you have sanse, you can breathe, you have to be healthy. You have to look good. This look good factor would take you, for a long, at a long level, as in it will give you a lot of confidence. So it's very good to and very important to feel young, to feel good, to feel healthy till end of your life, because beauty does not recognize age. Beauty is beauty.
Yes.
And when you say Taj Mahal, you still take care of Taj Mahal. It's so old. You still take care of your monuments. We are also one of them. I mean, God has made us. We are actually God's gift. What life we have got. So he made us so beautiful. You see, when you are born, you are so pretty. Everybody loves you. So you have to take care of it till end. We should not say that I have started looking old. I mean, start loving yourself. First of all, before anybody else would love you, love yourself, invest in yourself, and then people will love you. If you will be negligent about yourself, then how do you expect people to appraise you or, love you or maybe appreciate you? So that should be there. And I don't think so age is any bar in looking beautiful.
No, I totally believe. At a personal level, I can tell you, I always believe that, everyone, irrespective of age, sex, at which stage of your life, whatever you can afford, you must indulge. Self-indulgence is
of course.
You must
see, I really feel that we have to respect our genetics, our heredity. If my face structure would be like this, if my nose is mota, fine, I understand. If I'm so conscious about it, I'll go for something called a rhinoplasty. But I can live with it confidently, then it's fine. If it is not actually hampering beauty, if it is not, disturbing my daily routine, then I'm fine with it. So it's about what you feel good, how you feel good. I think one should do that.
That's true. And that's a very interesting perspective from you, that you must never bother about your age, because at any age you can start the journey towards self-rejuvenation, and start looking feeling younger, looking better, and healthy. That's more important. Because
See, we know our age. You know, people don't know our age. Actually, they ask you, what's your age?
yes,
So if you're so perfect, fit, fine, healthy, if you even tell your age, people would believe that. So it's about working on yourself. As long as you can live happily, healthily, then you should age. People say, why do I need treatment after 50? अब तो मेरी age हो गई है. अरे यार, age अभी तो जरूरत है. When you were
yes,
young, you were not needing it.
uh,
Your body was supporting you. You were in the regeneration phase. Now you are in degeneration phase. So when you need treatments, you should not think, what is my age? This is the age, that is why you need it. And trust me, the day you start using color, I mean, I'm not talking about fashion color, which everybody gets it done these days. The day you feel that you are actually covering your grays, that is the day that you should feel that you need a treatment on the face also. I've seen a lot of people doing colors vigorously, but they would not pay attention on the face. If you are trying to hide your age, please do it smartly. You know, people should not get to know किसने बाल dye करे हुए हैं. They should know that he is like this only, यार, because there is a way to look very natural. So I am not saying that everybody has to color your hair or go for a treatment, but my advice is, when you start feeling that there is an aging, please take professional help.
that's always better. I mean, for anything, doing it everything on your own might prove very expensive, very costly. It's always better to get the advice of a professional and go forward.
And maybe when you start early, you don't even go in, you don't even need to go for such expensive and extensive treatments. But just start at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So, as we all know, not just India, I mean, across the world, I mean, every country, almost every other country has been devastated by this corona pandemic. The various sectors of economy, they are struggling. They are still trying to, reclaim the feet on the ground. So, how badly was this sector, affected, wellness and beauty sector? And do you see it, getting back its grip maybe in another 6 months by the end of this year?
I would say that it would come back with the bang. Reason being, a lot of people have got affected. Even those who have got corona have got affected health-wise. Those who have not got corona have got mentally affected. So I would say not just health, their mental health has also got affected in pandemic. So this industry, I would say yes, initially, because we are into touch, we are into more close connection. Yeah. So of course, when you have to keep, in mind those COVID appropriate behavior. So people were initially little reluctant, but trust me, Alankar, during this COVID time, also people were calling us for laser treatments, and people were calling us for their treatments at home. So Pacholi during COVID time came up with a new venture called Pacholi Spree, Pacholi at home. So we have a nice our vehicle wherein well-equipped vehicle wherein we have, it's like a Pacholi on wheels. So wherein we have all the best of technologies, and we go and we serve people. We have dermatologists, we have cosmetologists, we have nutritionists. So we go home and cater to people even there. So I would say that yes, thoda sa effect hua tha when lockdown was there, but I would not say much. Reason being, people are conscious, they would keep coming. Rather, they have understood the value of being healthy and being fit, and they have to take care of their BMI, because the person who was fat was affected more. So, and new and latest, if you say the journals and researches have also found that fat people and the people who have high BMI are more prone to get such viral diseases. So people have got a lot of people have become conscious, and they are investing more. They are more educated now, because during this time people have done a lot of researches also. So the mindset has totally changed. So this industry, even in coming times, would be, I think, growing. And just, I think, from the survey of KPMG, uh, this industry has never come up with any, retrenchment or, and this is a puller. I mean, this is, what do you say that, uh, employee puller industry here. The, staff बहुत होता है इस industry में, we need lot of people to work. So when there is lot of employees and employment, so definitely in that industry revenue would also be more. So after seeing this report, I was very, very happy that this industry involves lot of employment. So when you talk about lot of employment, definitely you talk about lot of opportunities. So when you have lot of opportunities, you see lot of funding coming, lot of investors coming, and this industry has lot of potential in coming years
That's
after pandemic.
yeah, that's very correctly put because I remember the first lockdown last year when it was lifted, the first restrictions which were put in place. Not just India, across the world, it was reported that the maximum, the biggest queues, were in front of hair salons and spas because people wanted to get those things done. So that shows that how much I would say labor intensive this industry is. As you said, you need more and more people, and that's always better. It will contribute to the GDP and provide employment. So that is always win-win.
I know. I mean, this is the most job puller industry. You can't live without being full. I mean, a lady cannot have hair, yeah, on the body. You need those basic things in life, and not just salon. Now, earlier when I started my career, I remember this industry used to be called a luxury industry. This high-end people used to come, but now I see middle class and even lower middle class also have started coming, started investing, and started thinking to look beautiful, because beauty is not somebody's own, I would say. Uh, you can't retain it with you only. I mean, you have to spread it. So it's not somebody's own property. Beauty is for everybody. Yeah.
And people have also realized, and it's a fact whether we like it or not, various data, various studies have pointed this thing that people who are well groomed, those who take good care of themselves, they also end up getting better jobs in terms of salary, in terms of profile. So ultimately it's linked. It's very crucial aspect of anyone's life. And when it comes to these, Preeti, I want to, since you are an authority on this, there is always a concern. I have seen people, quite well-educated people also, having this discussion. A lot of concerns regarding invasive surgeries. So when it comes to non-invasive and invasive surgeries, ideally, you also would suggest that it's always better to go for non-invasive surgeries. But when it comes, I would like your point of view on that. And also, when it comes to invasive surgeries, are they really that bad or very risky with a lot of side effects?
See, first of all, you have to understand that do you really need invasive treatment, or if you are, see, initially also I said, if you get to know about your problem, if you actually avoid it for a long time, it would become invasive. So the treatment, what we can treat you non-invasively, becomes invasively once you are not taking care of it or you are negligent about it. So if somebody has to go in for surgery, number one, the person has to know that the person who is going to use the knife is well experienced. The person, go see the reviews. Everything does not have side effects. To be honest, if somebody can live with it gracefully, if it does not bother you, I would always say avoid surgery. But if you are at a level wherein you have to go in for surgery, then you have to be mentally prepared for it. And everything has a downtime, be it invasive, be it non-invasive. Non-invasive will have a downtime of 2 to 3 days to a week, but invasive may have. But if I talk about side effects, if it is done correctly, there are no side effects. Abhi, see Alankar, if somebody has got a heart attack, or somebody needs liver transplant or kidney transplant, for how long you can avoid? If it is needed, it is needed.
Yes.
If it is hampering your daily routine, then you'll have to go in for it. Nowadays, every second person goes for laser because they do not want to wear specs. So this industry has also, this also I connect with the beauty only. Okay, A, you look beautiful. B, your vision is better. Even the dental also, dentistry also has come into now. I mean, this is also an important part. Not just you go for dental surgeries, orthodontist ke paas aap jate ho, not just because you have some problem. You want to look beautiful, as you want to smile beautifully. So if it is required, I would say one has to going for it. And as long as you can avoid it, if you feel that you can avoid it up to a level wherein you can maintain it non-invasively, then only avoid invasive. Otherwise, I would say that if it is required, it is required. You can't avoid it then. Yes, but yes, if somebody says that, uh, again, I would say that you have to respect your genetics. You have to respect what you've got through heredity. If somebody says my jawline is not good and I want to just correct it because I am not happy. So first, if you are carrying it nicely, if you can correct it non-invasively, then go for non-invasive. But if you want to get it, invasively, then you'll have to go in for invasive treatments.
As a part of the media industry and someone who has been a content creator, that we have been creating content for last 10-15 years now. So we understand, because a lot of this celebrity stuff, the news that comes in the in public domain, like someone's lip job gone wrong, someone's nose job gone wrong. So those also, create a kind of wider discussion that, okay, it's not safe. If it can happen to a big celebrity who can afford the best of the treatment, then it might, even if people they need, I have seen people not happy with some parts of their body, they want to do something about it, but then they are concerned, यार अगर वो उस एक्ट्रेस का ऐसा हो गया, उस एक्टर का ऐसा हो गया, these are the conversations, so that's why I wanted your thoughts on that. So if
See, excess of everything is bad. Again, I would say that if you can avoid surgery, avoid. If it is something life threatening, then you should go for it. So even, I mean, if somebody is very conscious, if it is actually coming into your relationship, you understand that, wife telling husband something, husband telling
yeah.
wife something, and if you are going for it, go for the best. Then when you are investing, don't think that he's expensive, she's expensive. Then go for the best only, whatever is the best option available. Yes.
How do you see the future of this industry? I mean, of course, there is a lot of scope because people will keep more so now, because I think in the rush of life, the hectic schedule that we all have been, I would say before virus struck, everybody was busy. This was like a common conversation that, oh, I'm too busy to have time to go to a spa or to a salon or to, get this done or that done. But now we have been, when the pandemic struck, many people have been working from home, not just for months together, even a year together, more than a year now. So people have time, and also there is this general, in the subconscious, people are very aware what they are eating, whether that is affecting them in a bad way. Earlier, people were slightly careless. I would say this virus has really taught us some good things about life also.
Yes, this industry has a very, very good future. As I said that this is a job puller industry. So when you talk about job pulling, you are talking about a lot of employment, lot of enterprising, lot of business, lot of investors, lot of ventures, lot of satisfaction, and lot of number game. Because uh, you know uh, actually after this pandemic, people have realized, see now, you can't go vacations, you can't go do shopping, because we remember when we were home, we were staying actually in our 2 to 3 dresses. So people have realized that it's health, health, and only health. So keeping that in mind, wellness, mental health, people got the time to think that they have to balance out. And this is now, I mean, Now only is the time that you have to balance out your professional and personal life, your health. When you plan your investments, please plan your health. Because when you say that after 20 years, when I'll be 80, I will get this policy.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get a lot of money. But dude, make sure that you are there till 80.
That's true.
You have to plan your life and health also. So eat well, sleep well, think well, do exercise, do meditation, give yourself time, indulge into the activity which you like to do, which has been your passion, but you must have left it because you were to choose some career. Please listen to your heart and mind. Let's listen to your brain. So it's very important to invest in yourself. So after this pandemic, people have really thought that wellness is essential. I mean, this is something not pertaining to only somebody who could afford. This is something something very important as in part of your life from top to bottom, any age group, any income group. But the level would be somebody would be driving Mercedes, but somebody would be driving Maruti also. So you just need to see what wherein you can fit yourself, but start investing in yourself. Yes.
On that point of eating well, you have been a big proponent of what you call intuitive eating. So,
Yeah.
I'd just like to, if you can elaborate that for our viewers. What do you mean by that when you say intuitive eating?
See, intuitive eating is what? Which is not a prescribed diet. Intuitive eating is which your brain and your body wants. Intuitive eating is wherein you are understanding your needs. You are listening to your body. You are not just going by somebody. See, I myself is a nutritionist, but I do not remember giving somebody a mono diet. Eat this. I always say eat everything, but know your body. When you want to, see, our body gives us signals that we are overeating. Just do not ignore that. Your body tells you that, this is not what you would digest at night, but you still start having. You need to just know that. Number one. Number two, what happens is that, you know, we read a lot of books, lot of we just go by, if she's following diet, I can follow the same without even knowing that what diet and what is my requirement. So you have to make sure, and I'm a totally a follower of intuitive eating when it comes to anything. See, we have a lot of emotions like anger, happiness, or maybe I would say mood swings, depression. Then we start eating a lot. So we have to tame our brain that, okay, you are eating, but it is going to numb your brain for some time. This is not long term. So please invest and time, energy, and divert your mind from the problem to a solution. Then you will not binge in, then you will not put on. And I've seen people, they would say that they'll keep themselves hungry. Yeah, you don't have to be hungry. Please respect your body. And, you have to make sure that you are not controlling your hunger, because after some time, of course, everything will be fleeting. You would be overindulging into eating, because see, if you are very hungry for some day, 1 day, 2 day, and third day, if somebody would bring you soup, you would not like to have it. Instead, somebody would bring you pizza, you will like to have that. So to avoid that, please balance your diet. Your diet needs to be tasteful, but at the same time, it should be healthy. But it cannot be that today, Sunday, I want to have chola bhatura and I can't have it. Please don't be deprived. Give yourself, give your mind, give your body what your body wants and your body needs. So honor your health by having gentle nutrition. There is no research made that एक दिन ये खाओगे तो मोटे हो जाओगे या फिर आप immunity खत्म हो जाएगी. I mean, this is something that if you will keep eating wrong, suppose I want to have samosa and I would keep eating samosa every day, of course I would not call it intuitive eating. It is stupidity to have that, fried stuff. So listen to your body, listen to your mind, cope up with your emotions, respect your body, honor your health. And I would say that very importantly, the concept which is like 5 days or maybe concept of not eating and then losing is very, very bad. So listen to your body and then eat. Keep yourself healthy.
I would like to ask, this is at a personal level. I have always believed that, if someone is following ideal beauty and wellness regime, uh, what do you think? I mean, in your opinion, you can delay those deadly wrinkles by how many years? If somebody is, following all the specified guidelines and all the beauty and wellness regime, can you actually delay it by say 10 years or something? Is it possible?
See, eating is very important part in delaying everything. Your food is what you eat comes on your face. What you think comes on your face. What you do, your profession, your mental health, your medical health plays an important role on each and every wrinkle. If you are so stressed all the time, you will have different kinds of wrinkles, which no matter what you feel will come. So, again, to look younger, to look healthy, to look beautiful, you have to follow all the combinations. You need to be relaxed, you need to be cheerful, you need to be joyful, you need to follow your passion, you need to eat well, you need to do exercise, you need to think positivity. If I'll keep thinking I have acne, I have wrinkle, of course I always believe in that secret, wherein you actually attract negativity. So please do affirmations, positive. If you will keep thinking negative, it will happen negatively. So if you are following a well-defined regime, and if you're following everything, I would not say in years, but I would say up to a great extent that you can really delay aging. If somebody is heredity to have hair graying, so you can't avoid it. Graying is something that would happen, but yes, by eating healthy, you can delay it. And I can't specify in years, but yes, up to some percentage you can. I come across a lot of people that, my mother got, she's diabetic, or my father has high cholesterol or high blood pressure. क्या फर्क पड़ता है, मुझे भी तो होगा. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होगा. It will happen. Suppose they got it at the age of 52, 57. You might delay it till 65. You might delay it because you can delay it as long as you want if you follow a proper system. If you go for walk, running, you are eating well. If I say eating well, guys, I'm not saying that you have to become saint and you can't eat anything. Please, balanced diet, enjoy every bit, because food is to enjoy. These delicacies are made to enjoy, but overeating is something that you should avoid. And you can delay aging.
Yeah. Preeti, I can tell you one thing. This I have had many conversations over last couple of years, but this conversation, I can tell you, it is so much the need of the hour, and I'm telling you that it will be proved to be very instrumental in the decisive fight against the coronavirus, because this is the time when people are concerned about all these things, other than, of course, someone's livelihood going away and all those stuff, but they are also concerned equally about their health, their mental health, physical health, how they look, what they eat, what they shouldn't eat, because the diet can always cure better than doctors. So it's always better to take good care of your food.
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
Yes, you were saying something.
No, please go ahead.
Okay, so during COVID time, I came across lot of, sets of people variety of, mentalities. I handled myself about, if I'm not wrong, more than 150 people. Those were suffering from COVID. My out of 150 patient, none of them was hospitalized. None of them got any oxygen problem. None of them got any blood thickness. कोई किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई. And trust me, Alankar, that I handled all of them with the best of natural way from your kitchen only, up to the extent I didn't allow them to even have a dolo or a crossing. I don't know, it was my good luck or their good luck that they did not go go up to any severity. My mom-in-law, who's 79, got saved. Like, I never told her only that corona में ऐसा कुछ symptom भी होता है, because corona for me, touchwood, was not pandemic. I would not say, it was more panic.
Yeah, that's
Half of the people, those were running to hospitals, they could have be home, and people started hoarding oxygen cylinders and concentrators, created a lot of panic. And I think if it would have been, I mean, it could have been a better journey for all if we would have followed instructions, if we would have followed, the basic ancient ways that when you have viral or when you have any fever, you have to leave your body, let the body fight. You have your own antibodies, yeah. Say, suppose I have to fight my case, I think I will fight better than anybody else. So same way, when you have your own antibodies, you are on antibiotics, you are popping up medicines, ivermectin bhi le rahe ho, and remdesivir bhi le rahe ho. I mean, I think it was madness completely that time, and we lost a lot of lives just because of getting panicked. And just by vitamin C infusion, lot of nariyal pani, lot of rich diet. If I say rich, I'm not talking about a lot of carbohydrates, I'm talking about a lot of minerals, vitamins, giving time to your body, improving immunity. And people really fought well, and they came out nicely. And trust me, जिन्होंने medicine नहीं लिया, उनको कोई weakness भी नहीं है. So corona did not made people suffer. It was medicine which made people suffer a lot.
That's true. To a large extent, that was responsible for that. Ever since people got to know that someone like you coming on Middle Class Hub, we have been inundated with a lot of queries. So I'd like you to take a couple of questions, that we have received. So this, because they all have the concerns, So Miss Seema Sikri from Hyderabad, she is in her early 40s, so we can assume maybe 41, 42. She's asking ki, my weight is 90 plus, okay, and what shall I do when it comes to my diet that I can control I can reduce my weight? So what would you advise to her? Because this much information we have. She's 40, maybe 41, 42, and she's 90 plus her weight, and she wants some tips on what she should not eat rather to reduce weight. So if you can just tell her what she should avoid, I think that would be better.
Okay, Seema, hi. It's very nice to ask this question. But my first question is, are you married? Do you have kids? What is the time when you gained this much of weight? And why you made, you were waiting for this much to, gain? Why? Or did you do something about it initially? So there are many questions. Do you have any medical concerns? And, diet is not something that you would tell me age, you would tell me weight. I'll just tell you kya khana hai, kya nahi khana. I really need to know a lot of questions because it is science. It's an art that I need to really talk to Seema. If you could just share my number, Alankar, my personal number, she can always DM me. Or I am coming up on Wednesday, 21st, live on Facebook at about 4 o'clock, wherein I would be talking about the diet and how you can maintain how you can take care of yourself. So Seema, you can join there, but definitely I would say that this weight cannot happen overnight. You must have spent years gaining it. So give me at least half an hour to understand you so that I can make you reduce. But yes, I can just give you a piece of advice that increase the fluid intake. Try to incorporate in your daily routine jeera pani, nariyal pani, juice, vegetable juice, soup, lemon water, and black tea, and methi dana pani, tulsi, mint and dhania, I mean pudina pani. आप पहले सारे बॉडी को डिटॉक्सिफाई करो and please 20 times when you eat, chew one bite 20 times. Initially please count, और अगर आप भूल जाती हैं so please write it somewhere where you eat 20 times so that it reminds you. And do not drink water immediately after meal. Before half an hour, please have a full plate of salad so that your body has high fiber, and then you can have chapati and whatever you want to have. And if you're non-vegetarian, I need to plan accordingly. If you're vegetarian, I need to plan. I need to know your favorites and your cravings, aversions. So then only I can help you. But yes, by following little tricks, you can really take care of yourself. Don't eat and sleep. Keep the gap. Have frequent intervals of food. Do not just have 3 major meals, have 5 minor meals as well. And please get yourself, I would need your pathological report also, like your hormonal test. And you can connect with me on 99101 94390. I would love to help you.
This Hansika Delhi, she's 28-year-old. She's asking, how can I get rid of blackheads? Blackheads, if
Okay. Hansika, in our kitchen, we have dalchini powder. So once in a week or twice in a week, apply, add in dalchini, apply, mix honey and apply for 20 to 30 minutes. Number one. Number two, what you can do, we all know garlic. आप दिन में 2-3 बार गार्लिक का पेस्ट बनाकर अपने फेस पे लगाइए, आपके ब्लैक हेड्स रिमूव भी हो जाएंगे और आने भी धीरे धीरे बंद हो जाएंगे. एंड डेफिनेटली इट विल इंप्रूव योर कंप्लेक्शन एज वेल. एंड यू कैन यूज lemon juice also, that will also help in removing blackheads. And please go for cleanups. If you don't try to squeeze them and snatch them and remove, because then it will lead to marks. So come to a good clinic. Don't just go anywhere, because this is important. People leave marks. There is a way to remove blackheads. You can visit a nice place to get them removed and to get it clean. But for home remedy, do little exfoliation twice in a week, milder hand with only fingertips, and 3 things I've told you to apply: lasun ka paste, garlic paste, and dalchini powder in honey, and lemon juice on your face. Maybe you could use Monday, Wednesday, Friday, different things. You will definitely be seeing good results.
I'll take this last question, and then of course you're on Facebook Live on 21st, so we'll be passing it on to our viewers.
Yeah, please do that. It will be helpful for all. Yeah, yes. That day I'll be talking about a lot of myths and lot of myths about diet, lot of myths about exercise, and I'll be picking up questions as per the viewer's choice. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last one I would like you to take, and then of course 21st you can take more questions. Reena Das from Kolkata, she's asking, is there a way, what can be done to stop or at least control hair fall? I think this is a common problem with
oh yes, hair fall.
Yeah.
See, in hair it's a cycle: cataphase, anaphase, telophase. Very important. I mean, I myself at times face this problem of hair fall. This is the most fragile part of our body, And this is the only and only thing which we can produce. Apart from producing babies, we can produce nails more, we can produce hair, and this is the only thing we grow till the end of our life. And this is, I said, most fragile part of your body. Once you start, when you feel that you have started with falling, please take it seriously. That's the point. Then you have to take action. You can't wait that all follicles are dead, hair fall is happening like a big time, and you are ignoring it. Then the person would go into baldness. So when I say cataphase, anaphase, telophase, so there is this cataphase when the breakdown happens. There is anaphase when you grow hair. There is telophase when it's the freezing time. Neither you will grow nor it will be fall. You will be maintaining it. So I would say there are some nice thing like, please start having biotin, start having magnesium, lot of protein, get your serum ferritin level checked, get your vitamin D checked. So if your vitamin D is intact, your B12, uh, uh, your biotin and your other calcium levels are intact, then I think you would not have hair fall. And menopause also brings you a lot of hair fall. So please take care of your those steroids and replenish them. And to avoid hair fall, start using coconut oil, add avocado oil and castor oil in it, and use peppermint aroma oil. Put some drops so that cocktail, this combination of oils will actually strengthen your roots. And then you can always go for treatments like PRP initially, so that the hair fall can be reduced. And eat very well. Don't stress yourself. Don't wash your hair with harsh shampoos. You can simply take a Johnson's Baby shampoo and use it. And don't use hot water. Dandruff is also one of the major reason. So your medical history has to be very strong, as in your body health plays an important role. If you have any long-term illness, you will have hair fall. If you have body ache, then also you'll have hair fall. If you will not eat well, then also you will have hair fall. So to take care of hair fall, use best of shampoo, which is basic, and in fact, please start applying egg white and banana and curd. You can make a nice pack and apply. Even methi dana and curd is also very good for conditioning and for making sure that hair falls by two ways. One is from the root, one is the hair fall from the आपके कोटेक्स, आपके नीचे वाले बाल गिर रहे हैं, ब्रेकेज जिसको बोलते हैं. Avoid lot of chemical treatments, lot of blow drying your hair, lot of straightening and all. आप avoid कीजिए. अगर आपका बाल गिर रहा है तो color avoid कीजिए. और अगर कराते भी हैं तो best of the product, best of the professional कराइए. And this is सर का ताज. ये हमारी ब्यूटी होती है. इसको अगर आपको लगता है कि बाल कोम में नहीं आ रहे और आपके बाल तकिए पे नहीं गिर रहे, बट आपके बाल लाइट हो रहे हैं, that's called thinning. That's the time you need to consult a professional. You need to go visit a doctor wherein they should take care of it, because it means that your fall is 80% and your growth is only 20%. So one can take care of it unless it's not a heredity to be bald.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you so much. It's been one of the very informative and valuable session. And on behalf of Middle Class Hub, I thank you and all the best to you for Pacholi. Keep spreading, health, beauty, and happiness around the world. Keep growing.
I think I am born to do that. Yeah. I am born to spread happiness, and I myself feel that it's a great pleasure to spread positivity and to make people beautiful. And I'm always there till my last breath to make you all beautiful, naturally.
Thank you. On that note, we'll leave it there. And thank you so much for joining us at Middle Class Hub. It was a
My
pleasure.
pleasure.
Thank
My
you. Thank you
pleasure.
so much.
Thank you so much and love you all. Please love yourself. And for anything, Preeti Seth is there. If it is pertaining to any hair, skin, or health problem, as far as I can avoid you going to hospital, I would love to do that. Thank you so much.
Great. That's a great note to end on. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.